Here we are in the back of another Uber. This time I'm on my way to Chennai International Airport to fly up to Ahmedabad for tomorrow night's Gujarat Titans game. We're weaving our way amongst the Chennai traffic, which is flowing quite nicely, but there's plenty of it. Tons of motorbikes, lots of tuk-tuks, a lot of scooters, and of course I see now Ubers and cars. It somehow made me think about first of all it made me think about how easy some people, or the people, ride on a motorbike. You see them sat on the back of the motorbike, very relaxed, not holding on, hands on their knees, like this gentleman here. He's got his jeans on, his flip-flops, and he's just got his hands on his knees as his mate's zigzagging between the people crossing the road, the people walking down the road, and the oncoming traffic. And that strangely made me think about my friend Peter Porton, a gentleman I knew and met in South Korea. And if I may take you on a tangent, here we are. And he was, when I had a scooter in South Korea, I used to pick my friends up and give them a little ride around if we were going somewhere. And he was the most relaxed passenger I ever picked up. You could always tell when somebody had been on the back of a scooter before, or also when people thought you could ride the bike or not. And Pete was the most relaxed. I remember him sitting himself on, very relaxed, as we rode. Now, the strange part of the story is that we did only ride from exit 8 of Itaewon tube station to exit 1 of Itaewon tube station, which has to be, less than 50 metres. So it was a very short crossing. It was literally across the crossroads, but he was very relaxed. So in a strange way, I just decided I'd better tell him that. So I've just sent him a message on Instagram with a photo of the traffic around me, explaining that he was the most relaxed passenger I ever took on my scooter. And for some reason he was so relaxed it really sticks in my head. And that's the kind of thing that people need to know about themselves. So I've sent that across to brighten up his day. Who knows? Anyway, back to where we are. One thing that I've noticed is there's a lot of these red and black flags here. People carrying them, people on the painted murals on the side of the street. These gentlemen with big moustaches and bushy hair holding a red and black flag. And I don't know what it's about, but I'm assuming it's a political party. And the red and black seems to really sum up Chennai quite well. It's very, very hot. It's very humid. It's somehow got a darker feel to it. It's got the colours are much more lush. The greens of the trees are much more green, and the bark of the tree is much darker. It's got a much more tropical feel to it. So it does have that real contrast to it, and very strong kind of sense and life force almost to it. And you noticed that last night in the stadium. The stadium was absolutely buzzing. Or not even buzzing, it was ballistic. It was when people were whistling, it was incredibly loud. You literally couldn't hear yourself think, couldn't hear yourself talk. I've painted all around the world in many, many different stadiums, in I don't know how many countries, over 20 different countries now. And Latin America, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, they get pretty noisy and pretty wild in the stadiums, but the atmosphere here in Chennai, even compared to the Calcutta Stadium, this is completely on another level, where the noise, the volume is well off the scale. So but last night was incredible, and of course the home team won, CSK won, and just before the winning runs were hit, MS Dhoni came into bat, and before he came into bat the fans started cheering. And he's an absolute god here. And they started cheering again. It was the loudest noise you could ever imagine. Just the screaming, cheering, whistling. It really was something else. And goodness knows how he feels. I feel like if I was just about to walk to the crease with that noise, I'd be quaking in my boots with the expectation of doing something cool. I think he had to hit 4 runs. It ended up he got a single or a double or 2. And whoever, was it Ravindra? I think it might be Rashid Ravindra at the other end. I think he hit the winning runs in the end. But yeah, incredible amount of noise. So yeah, that was last night. The painting went well. It was good fun. I was painted on that. I was about mid-wicket, painting square of the wicket, and you got the Madras Cricket Club pavilion ahead of you in the painting. I think that was 1846 it was formed. But yeah, it's been a very brief stop in Chennai, but it's been fantastic. Got a bit of a belly thing today, which is not very pleasant and not very comfortable, and is kind of part of the experience of being in India, I guess, or travelling in general. But to have something so quick after a matter of a couple of days is not ideal. But I've taken a couple of tablets, which hopefully will helps to sort that out a little bit. But at the moment, I'm certainly not eating any more food. I've got a slight suspicion it might come from a wrap that I was given at the stadium in Calcutta by the gentleman next to me very kindly. I said to them, "Oh, where'd you get this?" He was eating something. I was starving, hungry, and he was eating something. I said, "Oh, where'd you get that?" And about an hour later, he said, "Oh, it was outside. They were selling them." And an hour later, he gave me one. He produced one and gave me this wrap. And I'm not sure if it was the freshest thing, but to be honest, it might have been that. It could have been all sorts. But either way, a little bit of a belly thing, but that'll pass, I'm sure. So it's onwards right now. Oh, there's a man with the red and black flag on the back of his tuk-tuk. For now, it's on to Ahmedabad, a city I've never been to, and I believe the stadium holds over 100,000 people. So if that's full for tomorrow night's game, that'll be quite something. I forget who the Gujarat Titans are playing. It might be Punjab Kings, but I'm not sure. I need to check on that. But it'll be good to see that, and yeah, it'll be good to get to Ahmedabad. And I've actually got the rest of today. It's only 10 a.m. here, or quarter to 10. So I've got the rest of today there with nothing to do. Got the game tomorrow, and then I've even got a spare day on, is that Wednesday? I'm not sure, Wednesday, before flying down to Hyderabad on Thursday. So I've actually got a few days somewhere, which would be nice. So hopefully I'll do a little bit of getting out and about and see some sights and just relax a bit, and also sleep. Like, there's been a massive lack of sleep, so be able to catch up with that. But for now, from the lanes of, well, the 20 different lanes of the roads here in Chennai, and it does also say in a sign next to the cab, it does say maintain lane discipline, which nobody really seems to apply to. But anyway, time to go, get to the airport, get checked in, and see how it goes today. So I'm now sat in the restaurant on the top floor of the, I don't know what my hotel's called, the Plenteous Hotel or something like this. Anyway, I'm there, and I've had a bit of a rest after arriving in Ahmedabad a few hours ago, and now it's time to try some local food. Lots of vegetarian stuff here. I remember that this area, the Gujarat region, is, I don't know if it's primarily or only vegetarian food, but I've got a vegetarian curry coming of some description. It's always a little uncertain. I don't know what I'm ordering, to be honest, so all I do is ask the guy, what would you recommend? And then usually there's a very awkward standoff where he's not sure exactly what I'm asking, and we go through suggestions and tips and what he might eat at home with his mum. So I've got something coming in a few minutes' time. We'll have to see how it is. He asked me how spicy I wanted it, and I said medium, which could be an absolute disaster, because I'm sure medium here is not a medium back in England. Thank you very much. Wonderful, that looks great. Just had some sauces arrive, and some onions. They look good too. There was a very nice touching moment. I'm the only person in the restaurant, hence why I'm doing this now. I'm the only person here apart from the 3 chefs or waiters, I guess, and the gentleman who's dressed more in a suit. So there's a good 4-to-1 ratio on customers, which is excellent for customer service. And that included when I was pouring the water into they had this water jug, and I'm pouring the water into my cup, into my glass, and the flap of the water jug kept dropping down and kind of hitting my finger, or kind of almost blocking the flow as I was pouring it. So one of the young lads with a moustache raced over and held the lid back, and I poured at the same time, and it was quite a touching moment when we filled my glass full of the elixir of life to make sure I don't get dehydrated. So very touching as we did that together. So let's see what kind of food we've got here. Now, Ahmedabad, the first impressions is number one. It's incredibly hot. We've got a high of 39 tomorrow. Today the high was 38, so it's absolutely roasting. But it's very green, or more green than I expected, to be honest. And it's really nice. Like, you can tell this is Modi's hometown. They've got the biggest stadium in India now. I'm not sure if it's where it rates in the world, but it's about 100,000 capacity, so it's a big cricket stadium here. And you can tell this is the Prime Minister's hometown. There's obviously a load of money being put into it. There's adverts as you leave the airport all about this being a steel city. So there's obviously massive industry here, lots and lots of wealthy people. The roads are immaculate compared to almost everywhere else I've been in India. The roads here are the best I've seen. And just the buildings are good. The infrastructure is solid. And yeah, it's I would say this is where India will be in 5 or 10 years' time if they keep going at this rate. This is, I guess, what they want everywhere in India to be like. But it's very nice. It's apart from the 38 degrees outside, it is very, very pleasant. So yeah, Ahmedabad. Going to see a little bit more of it tomorrow, and of course be at the game tomorrow night. It's the Punjab night, or Punjab Kings and the Gujarat Titans. But yeah, for the rest of the night, food here now. We'll see what a medium curry does to me, and then we'll either go for a walk or go and hide in my room and shiver. We'll see what happens.